It is December 23rd, 2021, a Thursday, getting close to 10 o'clock a.m. We're here at the Salt Lake City Airport. They got their giant Christmas tree in the atrium, along with their soldier and a bunch of the construction for future development at the airport. Get a shot of this tree. So I just shot a video that I'm going to post independently of this one, showing the walk from the B gates to the A gates and how long it takes. But I wanted the theme of this one to start off being showing how to get from exiting the airport to the Green Line Tracks train system. And then also I'm going to be going to downtown Salt Lake City, and there's at least one Christmas exhibit that I want to try to see that's in a hotel. Not sure if I'll find anything else that I haven't covered already, but if we do find that, I'll include that footage too. So if you are trying to catch the Green Line Tracks train that goes from the airport to downtown Salt Lake City, you exit those gates, and then up ahead we're going to take the escalators. If you're trying to catch rideshare, you go to level 1 as well with the escalators. So everything's going to be down on level 1. The thing that you would stay up here for are parking garage, or to get to the rental cars or private vehicle passenger pickup, meaning if you have a friend that's coming to pick you up. Okay. So we will go to the downstairs escalator here. You can see outside there where it says rideshare drop off, like at 4B. Zoom in if I can down here. That's where you would go for your Uber or your Lyft. They also have a signage down there for Lyft. But then for the UTA Transit Authority train, you just keep walking forward here. Now, when I shot videos earlier this year in 2021, I had to take a shuttle bus. As I've explained before they renovated the airport, I would always take the same walking path that I'm taking right now. It looks a little bit different, but it was the same path. And you would get to the UTA trains just by walking forward here. Like, instead of this little deviation to the right, you would continue walking forward and then make a slight left, and they had the ticket booth and everything. But now they actually finished construction on the new station, so you don't have to take a shuttle anymore. And it's real simple. You just go out here, make a left. You can see the beautiful snow-covered mountains. This is where I was catching the shuttle before, right here, but now just go over here. To West Valley Central via downtown. And then you can purchase your ticket on the UTA app. I find that to be the easiest way to do it. I know one came a couple of minutes ago. Next one comes in 12 minutes. They run every 15 minutes. I think they run consistently like on the 8-minute mark of the hour, meaning the next one will be here at 10:08. And then every 15 minutes after that, so on the, what is it, like the 23, 38, etc. Yeah, that's where the train will drop you off if you're coming to downtown Salt Lake City. A glimpse of the more construction being worked on the airport. Not sure if they're going to just expand the A gates or if they're actually going to create C gates and other things like that. Okay, so I just got on the train and I opened my UTA app, and what I did was I went to buy tickets and then I clicked front runner one way, because the front runner, that's the main train that takes you throughout various cities after the tracks line. Like if you want to go from downtown Salt Lake City to Ogden, I'm going to say we want to start in North Temple and end at Layton. And the good thing about this is it has 2.5 hour transfer privileges on any buses. So like this train that I'm on right now will be good even if I use it for this. So I'm going to add that to the cart, and then I have my payment information in there now, so I purchase it. And then you go ahead and activate. Click it, and once we're about to take off, I'll officially activate it. So now I'm traveling on the train. Let me flip the camera around so you can see. Well, of course, when I flip it around, we're going through a tunnel. Gingerbread house and other maybe Christmas related stuff. I think that's downtown Salt Lake City, way in the background. You may not be able to see it.
Courthouse, 5th South. Transfer to Red Line trains to the University of Utah at Courthouse. Courthouse, 5th South. Exit here for Red Line trains to the University of Utah.
Alright, so I exited the courthouse station because I'm trying to go to the Grand America Hotel. You can see there's snow on the ground. It is 43 degrees right now in Utah, but it's supposed to be a little bit of wind that makes it feel like 36. So apparently the traffic light must have we just missed the crosswalk before we got here. These cars are going. If I'm not mistaken, I think that is the Grand America Hotel right there. You can see the trees have the white lights on them. Apologies for those 2 minutes of idle time at the intersection. Let's see if this is the Grand America Hotel. Now, you never know what people's filming policies are, so I will try to walk in, and according to the map, they have a window display, holiday window displays inside that are on, well, they want you to go one direction, so you would walk to the right and then kind of make a big square, and I think the Gingerbread house is in the back. The Grand America Hotel. This is, from what I read, supposed to be one of the most upscale hotels in downtown Salt Lake City. Looks grand and nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and walk up and see if anyone says anything to us. The lobby and the courtyard look very nice. Let's see if I'm going the right direction. Yes, that's where the windows start, so I'll try to wait until they're done looking at them. In the meantime, we can marvel at the other things they have in here. This season, a beloved family tradition comes to life. So they're doing the nutcracker theme for all these windows, I think. You got the snow hanging. So it sounds like the windows are telling a story. As you can see a bear of some kind here. Like Uncle Drosselmeyer opens his first gift. A toy bear and Columbine step out of their boxes. After being wound up, they dance together in perfect time. The children clap their hands in delight. Next, Uncle Drosselmeyer opens his tremendous box and out steps a life-size toy soldier. He winds up the toy to everyone's amazement. It marches confidently around the room. That's pretty neat. Let's just see the effect of it opening, even though we know what it is now.
Oh, it's the nutcracker. Uncle Drosselmeyer opens his first gift, a toy bear, and Columbine steps out of her boxes. After they wound up, they dance together.
Uncle Drosselmeyer has one last gift, the most special of them all, a wooden nutcracker carved in the shape of a little man. "It's a nutcracker," exclaims Fritz, let me try. In his excitement, Fritz accidentally breaks the grand toy. "I'll fix it," assures Uncle Drosselmeyer, but now it's time for bed. So is this the wooden nutcracker before it was broken, right?
I don't want to carry this. Papa thing doesn't get to carry anything. Want to do one more? What?
Hey guys, Uncle Drosselmeyer has one last gift.
Suddenly, a mystical enchantment falls upon the house. All the toys begin coming to life, escaping their wrappings and gathering around the Christmas tree.
Fritz accidentally breaks the grand toy. I'll fix it, assures Uncle Drosselmeyer, but now it's time for bed.
Even the evil Mouse King comes alive, bringing chaos and mayhem to the home.
Enchantment.
All the toys begin coming to life.
The evil Mouse King and his army challenge the Nutcracker to a battle. Undaunted, the Nutcracker and his soldiers accept the challenge.
Even the evil mouse king comes to life.
After much commotion, Clara conquers the Mouse King. All right.
The Mouse King is bad news. There he is, the evil Mouse King and his army challenge the Nutcracker to a battle.
To Clara's astonishment, the Nutcracker turns into a prince. Whoa. How did that happen? Yeah, if we're allowed to, I'm going to have to check out that courtyard too, because that looks very nice out there.
To Clara's astonishment, the Nutcracker turns into a prince.
So let's see here. Where do the holiday windows continue? Or is that it? Somewhere over here there should be a giant gingerbread house. I think it's going to be around this left corner. Another big tree. It does say the holiday window stroll continues this way. There's the gingerbread house. It's got the most people gathered around it. The land of sweets. Oh, so this is part of the window display. The spell's been broken, exclaims the prince. By overcoming the evil Mouse King, Clara has broken his curse, freeing the prince from his nutcracker form. To thank her, the prince invites Clara to travel with him through the snow forest to the land of sweets. Look at this massive gingerbread house. Look at all the detail in this.
That's so cool. It brings me to like
Even the ground.
bigger and bigger, huh? You can use the grass more, huh?
Love all the little candy canes near the stops too.
I wish I had my kids here to see this.
Come back. It's up until
So I wonder if this is true. 2,000 eggs, 1,700 pounds of flour, 550 pounds of sugar, 200 quarts of molasses, 400 pounds of Rice Krispie, 400 pounds of dark chocolate, 800 pounds of royal icing, 1,000 gumballs, 100 pretzels, 150 donuts, and 500 candy canes. Where are the donuts at? Oh, they're there. The donuts are lining the roof.
500 candy canes. I wonder if you don't really don't.
Those cute kids.
The donuts are along the edge of the roof.
Oh, wow. You didn't even see that. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Look right up here. See, look, where the roof meets the side of the building here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and grab some pictures of that. This is the map we were looking at. So we came in the lobby here, saw some of the windows here. So there was 10 holiday windows, land of sweets, and then there's 4 more remaining. So we'll cover those 4, and then I'm gonna go back and take some pictures. Still haven't seen if there's a way to get into the courtyard.
Oh, sorry, dude. So sorry about that.
No shortage of places to sit down and enjoy the royal atmosphere. And they have plants in front of the courtyard doors, so maybe it's not accessible, which would be a little bit of a shame if that's the case. This may be our best shot of the tree with the courtyard. So in Clara's honor, Mother Ginger introduces her gingerbread children who dance across the stage. Next, four, I don't know how to pronounce it, marzipan dancers approach in beautiful netted tutus and begin their magical performance. Just when Clara thinks that the night can't possibly get any better, candied flowers walk before her. She tries to count them, but more and more blossoms join the scene as chocolates from Spain twirl in unison and candy canes from Russia puree across the stage. Sure, I butchered that word. The last to dance is the Sugar Plum Fairy. Having cared for the land of sweets while the prince was away, she's very grateful for his return. To thank Clara for breaking the curse, she performs a dance so beautiful it can only be described as lighter than air. And then we've got one more window up ahead. All too soon, the show ends and it's time for Clara to return home. Just as magically as her adventure began, she finds herself waking up beneath her family's Christmas tree. So let's see, this is the prince and Clara with the dancers down at the bottom, and then we flip it. What's on the other side? Is this her back underneath the Christmas tree at home? With the toys? I think so. And the nutcracker. So there's the tree with Clara at the bottom, sleeping. And then one more Christmas tree. Oh, what is this? It's a big connects pieces. I'm very familiar with building connects.
Yeah, like 86.
Are you guys going?
Wait, stop. What was that for?
It looks like there's a store here called Juju, toys, amusements, candies, and more.
Okay, so you want the stroll? What else are you guys doing? We have to go down and get a dog. So I think we're just gonna head. Yeah.
Over there they have a ball following a track. And then that brings us back to the middle lobby. So great shot of all those things. Love how they put it together. Now I'm going to go back and take some pictures. So I'm exiting the Grand America Hotel now, back on the sidewalk where I came from. It is currently 11:11 a.m. The next Frontrunner train comes at 12:04. So I'm thinking maybe I'll try to do a walk through, what is this? I think this is Main Street in downtown Salt Lake City. I've shown a lot of this before, so it'll be more of a combination of killing time and seeing what it's like when there's at least a little bit of snow on the ground. See? Snow. I believe if you go further on down that way a couple blocks, it would be the public library. Better press this button, otherwise I'll be standing here for another 2 minutes. I think I'm actually going to time it up better this time. Yep. And while I'm crossing the street here, I'm pulling out my cord for my charger. I'm going to try to plug this in while I'm filming. That way I don't have to worry about the battery dying. And there's the green line again, and like I said earlier, it runs every 15 minutes, so if you're trying to go back to the airport, you could just pick it up right there. Or technically I could take that and it would drop me off where the front runner train is, but like I said, I would get there too early. Might as well utilize the time to showcase a little bit of downtown area. So I don't know if we'll have a white Christmas here or not, because there's supposed to be a mix of rain and snow coming. The rain might be enough where it melts the snow away. Not sure what that guy was saying. If there's one thing that I'm still cautious about when I'm filming, I try to point the camera kind of toward a building if I see like one person walking toward me, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm filming someone specifically. So if you ever notice the camera is almost pointing to nothing, that's why. If it's a larger group of people and then everyone kind of blends in, then I try to keep it straight. Or another thing too, if I'm talking at the time, it makes it seem more natural. Let's see here, what do we have here? We've got Apollo Burger up there. I think once we get to the next intersection, that's where a lot of the businesses that are on Main Street begin. Right now I don't have any gloves on and my hands feel good. I don't know if that's from being roasting on the plane and in the airport for so long. I stayed at the Denver airport overnight, and I found this lounge on the 3rd floor of the Concourse A area. I had seen it in the past, but I thought it was like reserved for special club members or something like that, and there's a sign there that says for ticketed guests only. But I was reading reviews online and everyone was saying, hey, if you have an overnight stay at the airport, like this is a perfect spot to catch some rest. So that's where I was. I don't know, I'll see if I splice a clip in of that. Maybe I can splice that into this video to show where I was talking about. I ate breakfast at the airport. I had brought some Cinnamon Toast Crunch and a banana with me. So that was enough to tide me over. Guess technically I should think about getting some lunch, but if I'm gonna walk the whole way, it'd be might be cutting it a little close to get both lunch and complete the walk in time for that front runner train. Because like I said, that comes every hour. So if you miss one, you're gonna be waiting a while. When you get closer to the 3 o'clock hour, there's a stretch where it comes every half hour. Okay, so this coming up here is where we kind of start seeing more of the businesses that are on Main Street. Whether they're open or not, I don't know. Something called Pago, looks like a restaurant. Bodega, another restaurant, looks like they're not open right now. Utah Book and Magazine, we buy and sell used books and mags. They have a very nice storefront for the holiday season. Some old style decorations. Look at those old toys, the little baby stroller toys. A fireplace with the old either postcards or Christmas cards. They've probably used the same display for years, right? Does that look like the Founding Fathers almost? So they are open Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's pretty early for them to open if you want to come check them out. Right here on Main Street. This is White Horse Restaurant. I'm trying to see what cross section we're at so I can name that appropriately. Here's Whiskey Street Cocktails and Dining. Let me walk a little bit further away so we can see this better. So it's between 300 Street and I think 200 Street is where we're at right now. Quite a few restaurants and bars. Cheers to you. Robin's Nest. And on all the corners here, you've got your banks. Zion's Bank over there. Bank of America right there. Then Wells Fargo on this corner. There's more food places like Jimmy John's, and then in the distance more local bars and restaurants. Down there I can see something called Spritz or Spitz, I'm not sure what it says. The spot I'm standing right here, something smells really good. Maybe it's the place called Lemon Shake behind me. So when I plugged my Pocket 2 device in, it was at 65% battery. Now it's up to 67% because I was curious whether it was actually gaining charge or if it was just going to make it a slower drain. So that's a good sign that it's gaining the charge. Now how quickly it's draining my portable battery, I don't know. You have more things across the street, although some of it is boarded up. This is Gallivan Plaza we're coming up on now. Some restaurant over there called Keys on Main Street. There's an Apple Spice Cafe in the second level of the Channel 2 News building. Looks like a CBS affiliate based on the logo. Now, back in November, I did a holiday video that started at Gallivan Center. That's where they had the ice rink. I'm not sure if it's open during the day. I know, like, I was just in downtown Cleveland the other day, and they open their ice skating rink during the day. Wondering if I should go over there. I don't hear any music going. I don't see anyone, so I'm gonna say that they're not open. They probably open at the evening time. Something I didn't get to show last time, though, is this is actually a big homage to the Salt Lake City 2002 Olympics, showing the torch up top right at Gallivan Center. Look at all the green bikes. So many of them not being used. I normally would use one, and it is warm enough to use one, and I like how they have the baskets on them. I can usually fit my backpack in there. And membership is good. I've seen, when you compare the price of like these green bikes to what Lyft and those new electric bikes charge, it is like Lyft is astronomically more expensive. I mean, kind of sadly, I feel like that's the way it's going, that places are doing the dockless bikes. But I am glad that Salt Lake City has at least kept theirs for now. They seem to do good maintenance on their bikes and promoting it. And during the summer, I do see those and the scooters being used a fair amount. Another bank at this corner. So across the street there is the Down Under bar. And next to that is Twisted Roots. Here's an Indian cuisine place on my right. Three Pines Coffee. Oh, interesting. It looks like we have a electric car charger over there, right on the main street. It's a bakery. That looks good. The lady bag, so it sounds like they have pre-owned Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Chanel items. This is the Eccles Theater. They have various shows going on. Let's take a look up here and see what... These are 2022 shows, I assume. Well, looks like The Masked Singer will be taking place here, July 19th. The Bachelor live on stage? What the heck? Mom's Night Out. Chris Body. Dancing with the Stars. I thought they always did those things live in like one central studio. I didn't know they made tours. And the British Invasion. There's Uniquely Utah Souvenir Company. Someone was asking me one time, like, oh, where do they sell souvenirs in Utah? I wonder, you know, like t-shirts and things like that, specifically for Utah. I wonder if that place would have any. Below Zion's Bank over there, you have a nice mural. Being rained on. Beware of snow and falling ice from roof. I guess I should take caution of that. Now we're at 100th Street. I think I misspoke earlier when I was saying the order of the streets. We were probably between 300 and 400th Street. Back where that bookstore was. Getting up near City Creek Center, you can see the Cheesecake Factory over there. I've toured that on multiple videos, including the Christmas display. If you want to park at City Creek Center, there's an underground parking area. That's the exit, but further on that direction, sorry, I don't know whether to call it west or east, is the one that goes down the tunnel. See, this dock, there's not that many city bikes. They're all just green bikes. They're all distributed at that one we saw earlier and various other ones. There's Starbucks and Walgreens over there. Something called Cotopaxi. Forever 21. All their merchandise is very spaced out, right? I always find that interesting. Some stores that have their merchandise crowded on each other versus spaced out. For all that square footage of space being used. Now I am strategically coming this way, not repeating the inside of the City Creek Walk. If you want to see that, go ahead and look at my video from November. I'll give a brief glimpse inside there. But when I was taking the green line to go to that hotel earlier and we passed by the exterior of Macy's, I noticed that they had some small window displays. Everyone knows Macy's in various cities likes to do extravagant window displays, particularly the main one in downtown, or not downtown, but Manhattan in New York City. So yeah. Okay, you've got ornaments spinning with Santa and Rudolph, or not exactly Rudolph, but penguin, snowman. Looks like these are all made of jelly beans. Polar bear. Wish there was a way to catch it without the glare, because all you're seeing is me in the reflection. Let's go back to this first one here. So what is Santa made of? Red jelly beans. See little candy balls. It says the word believe. Ah, that darn reflection. Is there some way I can block it out? No. That's the one we saw already. I wonder if you look at it from an angle, if you can see him better. Yeah, you can actually see him better if I point from there. Like the Santa spinning. You have the suckers and lollipops up top. What's on the other side? The blue, well, they call it tiptoe. Okay. Macy's candy windows. Years ago, holiday shopper crowded around the downtown Salt Lake City ZCMI store windows to marvel at the annual candy displays. Macy's is once again proud to honor that sweet tradition. These window displays were designed and created by 4 local artists and are entirely covered in candy. So interesting. And they do have, I didn't notice this before,
Let's see what's in these bubbles, guys.
some like tiptoe through the jelly beans and who the artists were.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, Nana. Look, guys.
Actually, you can see it better when I stand in front of the... What kind of candy is that? This one is just a big giant penguin. Almost looks like one of the Angry Birds. You can see the little feet at the bottom too. Gotta try to shoot a picture of one of these with my phone. Mr. Penguin got the picture photo. Let me see if I can go back and grab a picture of one of the ones that had Santa in it. Maybe this one. The reflection's too strong. Maybe that'll be a good one with polar bear. There we go. What have we here? Happy holidays from Zion's Bank. Snowman at Christmas. It's a pretty picture. I'm gonna grab a photo of that too. I know people are walking through that area of Temple Square, but I don't think there's any more Christmas exhibits. I know I looked through the nativity scenes back in November when they had just opened. They're making me hungry. Those workers have a pizza box.
I promise I'm not the only one that's going to be walking down the street with a badass fucking.
You see, sure the snow was much more a few days ago before it was plowed off. I'm hoping over the next couple of days that I can actually go out and do a snow walk if there's a time where it snows enough. See here, 11:38. Do I have time? Yeah, I got enough time still. I'm just gonna walk up to the Christmas tree. Why not? We'll capture it once in 4K. I didn't know the fountains would still be running during the winter month. I'm just gonna go that far only with the tree, and I'll explain the reason why, and we'll see if it actually happens, because YouTube, if they hear music enough of it, they will flag your video for a copyright violation, and they'll still let you post the video, but if you ever get monetized in the future, which you need 1,000 or more subscribers for that to happen, and like X number of hours of watch time. I think I'm actually at the watch time because one of my Christmas videos from last year somehow ended up hitting the algorithms right, and YouTube recommended it to a lot of viewers. But I'm still, as of this video, only at like 182 subscribers now, but it is growing. Like about a month ago I think I hit 100, so that's encouraging to be close to doubling up, because the more and more you grow, the more it shoots up. But yeah, if YouTube flags it as a copyright due to music violation, the entire video cannot be monetized. That means if I do reach that point, then if users view my video and they're served advertisements, the music artist would receive the royalties on that, and I would receive zero, nothing at all from the ad revenue, which would probably be insignificant, so to speak, but hey, if I can avoid it for just a small thing like that, I'll try to. Now, if I'm doing a video like I was before where I'm walking through an entire mall and they're playing music, I'm not going to really care about that. I'm going to live with it. But now we're back here by the Salt Palace Convention Center, which is down that way. The Maurice Abervanel Hall is here. Not sure what shows they have coming up. I know last month or 2 months ago I had seen an advertisement that they were doing a Back to the Future musical, which would have sounded pretty cool. A big Back to the Future fan. All these stops here, like the Temple Square stop there, are part of the green tracks line that I took to come to downtown from the airport. You can go to the UTA website and see the stops. Once you get to the Courtyard station, like I think the green line goes to the Courtyard station, but once you get there, I'm pretty sure the red and blue tracks lines also begin and hit that station, and then they go different routes, which you can look up online to cover more ground, and the green line also continues. So that's where you have 3 different paths. You can see another green line entering downtown. How are we on timing here? Pretty good, 11:42. About 22 minutes. And I'd venture to guess I'm probably 10 to 15 minutes away from walking distance. I did an evening walking tour of this similar path back in the summertime when it was just starting to turn dusk. So, not that I have many dedicated viewers, but if you happen to catch that video in the past and you're thinking, why is he shooting the same stuff? It's, you know, different season. You know, the trees aren't full, you got some snow on the ground. Another reason is because I didn't have this DJI Pocket 2 device back then. I was just using my gimbal on a phone. So technically it should be higher quality in 4K resolution. Speaking on that subject matter, I did have a frustration the other day. I think it was 2 nights ago. I was in downtown Cleveland. I shot a lot of footage of all the Christmas stuff in downtown Cleveland. And then the following day, I was going to put it on my computer, and there's 2 different ways I can do it. Because when I shoot footage on the 4K resolution on this Pocket 2, it divides, say if I'm shooting like a 15-minute clip, it'll divide the footage into segments of 5 minutes and 24 seconds, and that's because of a limitation of the storage space on an SD card. But some of the times I was also stopping the video, like I might have shot a 4-minute video, then I paused it and then walked somewhere else and shot a 3-minute video. So when I have something like that, I prefer to have a small fading transition, like where one clip fades into another, so that it gives, I know it's small, but it gives the illusion of like, okay, it helps the user understand that we had a small time lapse, as opposed to just like boom, all of a sudden the clip jumps out of nowhere to another place. So if I strictly just did a merge on like 10 video files to all put it into one clip, that process of merging only takes like a minute or 2. But I wanted to do the fading effect, and I think I was adding like 4 or 5 fades. I had to use my graphics program. And it was the first time I was doing it with a 4K video, so apparently the processing time for a 58-minute video was going to take 4.5 hours to stitch that all together and add those few fading effects. It was early in the morning, so I figured, oh, okay, I guess by 1 o'clock p.m. it should be done, and then I can upload it to YouTube. So sure enough, it took 4.5 hours. Let me press the button here. And then I went to watch it, and I was like, oh no, I must have selected the wrong frame size width for the video when it was stitching it together, because there were black bars on the top and bottom of my video and the sides as well. So I was like, oh damn it, I just wasted 4.5 hours. So I was like, well, do I want to do 4 hours more or 4.5 hours more just to redo this, or do I want to just say screw it and stitch it together with the 2-minute thing? So I just did the 2-minute thing and uploaded it. Looks like the Utah Jazz have replaced their logo in the center here with an ornament. Gotta grab a selfie of that. Just bear with me for a second here. Where's the right? I know I'm facing that camera the other way, but I'm taking a selfie with my phone. See? That's a nice touch. I know they changed their colors on the Utah Jazz logo. It used to be like yellow, green, and blue. Now it's an all black logo. It looks like the trees have lights on them for the evening time. So where was I talking about the video? So yeah, I just said screw it and did the quick stitching, and then because on top of that it takes like about an hour and a half to upload the video to YouTube. There's no getting around that. That's with a really fast internet connection. It takes that long. Again, part of that is because it's a 4K resolution video file now, so a lot more on the gigabytes of the file. But then once it finishes uploading to YouTube, then YouTube has to process the video. And I'd say maybe within 2 hours or so, a 360p quality version of the video is released. But it's, if you know anything about the resolutions, that's like the lowest bare minimum quality. So I really don't like to promote that on social media, like, hey, go ahead and view my video now, because it looks like poor quality. It usually takes about, seems like 4-5 hours more for the HD version up to 1080p to become available, and then the actual 4K quality maybe within 24 hours. You just have to kind of keep checking to see when that becomes available. So it's all part of the learning curve. I have to decide if there's certain times where I just don't want to shoot in 4K. Like this video today, these videos today I'm shooting in 4K quality, but if it's daytime, 1080p videos in daytime are still pretty nice looking. So I'll have to weigh that balance between the time it takes to edit it and such. Union Pacific Railroad, the gateway. Still doing pretty good on time. It's 11:50. History of the Transcontinental Railroad. Look at those squirrels. They're chasing each other on the building. Let's see what shows are at the depot. December 31st, New Year's Eve, you've got Pixie and the Party Grass Boys and some other groups in January. While we're here, I might as well check out the gateway real quick again. And this is a repeat of what I did back in November. But this path essentially takes me to the front runner station anyway. Go ahead and take the escalator down. I don't know how dry the steps are. The Great Fall Wall is still here, but is there any chalk? There is chalk. Let's see if it actually shows up though. shit. Thankful for travel. Thankful for my family. Alright, so I was wrong about that. Last time I speculated that chalk wouldn't show up on the wall. Maybe it was just that particular time. Maybe they just had erased everything. There's the Gateway Christmas tree. And then now we will be heading to the front runner station. 11:54 a.m. So we should get there just shy of noon. So I'll start saying this now as I'm walking toward the train station. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you could smash the like button. And if you're not a subscriber yet, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm telling you, that motivates me a lot when I see more and more users checking out the videos and leaving comments and engaging, or giving me suggestions of things to possibly film. But yeah, I appreciate everyone watching. This video was filmed 2 days before Christmas, so I want to make sure I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, and thanks again for tuning in. I'm going to end the video by pointing the camera toward the front runner station, and then I'll stop it after that. Oh look, see? My darn thumb has purple on it, and now it's all over my gimbal, or my Pocket 2. So actually I'm going to keep the video on me for a second here. But just up ahead is the front runner station. Surprised this area isn't a little more drier, although I guess there's really nowhere to dispose of the snow once you shovel it to the side. Alright, thanks again everyone for tuning in.